Well, I think the uniforms is one part of a series of decisions that we could make to really help connect this school, not just within the grade levels, but within the entire school.
I'm personally very excited because I think it's a great way to build school spirit, have the kids feel like they're part of a school community.
I think it's a great idea. I know I think for the school and for all the students to be unified, I think it'll really bring them all together.
I think it will make students focus more on work and not on what somebody's wearing, and I think it'll be focused on what we're here for, academics.
And I think what it does is it sends an implicit message to our teachers, to our students, to our community, that we're all united, we're all together, we're all connected, and we are all under one vision of this school of greatness.
I think it's going to streamline things. I have 3 girls and we have regular fights in the morning over, no, not that top with those pants, that short's too short, the skirt's too short. No, we need something more appropriate. And I think it's going to streamline it a lot.
It's a lot easier to pick out clothing because we don't have to have arguments or fights. With 3 kids in McAlpine all at once, it's a very simple choice, and it'll cut my time down in the morning, just making sure that they have clean clothes as opposed to what color they're choosing. And I think it's going to be really good. My kids are also actually looking forward to it. We've already discussed it with them, and they think it's a great idea as well.
I think from a cost perspective, it's going to be very beneficial for our family. I have 4 young children, 2 of which are going to be at McAlpine in the fall, and I spend a small fortune on clothing every year, and I think the uniforms will just make it easier to be able to buy in bulk. I know that there's some proposals out there to work with the PTA and to have some sort of consignment situations for parents that might not want to go out and purchase new uniforms. So in really kind of weighing the pros and cons, I think it's actually going to be more of a financial positive for our family. So.
Naturally, our initial outlay is going to be a little bit, but I've looked into some of the costs when this concept came up and didn't find that the costs were any more than the clothing we're already spending on. In fact, I actually thought it was a little bit cheaper. So I'm really not too worried about the cost. I think the benefit of what a uniform is going to do for the children and for the school is going to far outweigh any costs that we might come across.
Yeah, we actually had a chance to go to the Ron Clark Academy a few months ago in Atlanta, Georgia. And this school was absolutely incredible. It was a school where from the moment you walk in to the moment you leave, you are pumped up with enthusiasm and energy. And what I really love about this school is the connection that the kids have with each other and with their teachers. The teachers teach with enthusiasm, they teach with that positive energy, and the kids feed off that, and it all felt like one big family from the moment that we walked in the door. And it was just a really cool experience to see in our own way how we could possibly take this school to the next level.
And I think if they have a uniform, they'll all have the same pride, and they'll focus more on academics than on what they're wearing and having to worry the next day, do I have this to wear? Can I match up to this? And I think I'm a real proponent of uniforms. I wore them all my life. And I know that we were an academic school, and all the academic schools, for example, like Ron Clark, they're in uniforms. And the kids, they take a pride. And other people will want to come to this school because we, for us academics, we're very successful, and this will just make it even better.
I actually grew up with uniform, and as a kid's perspective, it's a lot easier in the morning just to get up and put on what is there and what is available. Yes, it limits your choice a bit, but it doesn't limit your creativity or your enthusiasm for school.
Notice, because when I'm out, I see a school with uniforms on, and I ask them what school, and they're so proud to tell me, and I think the same thing will happen here. Because yesterday when the girls tried them on, they were so proud. And I could see differences in the ones who had them on, how they were pleased that they had uniforms. And they actually wanted to do this. And they are girls who are very stylish. But at the same time, they loved what they were wearing.
There's definitely a trend towards uniforms being adopted by elementary schools in America. So, we're a part of that trend, and we're going to be on the wave of the trend. Others are going to copy and follow us.